Hi, this is Maurice with QTalk. I am here to talk to you about the QTalk flipbooks and online games. You will click on the link we gave you and you will land on this page. We also sent you a username and a password. You're going to type it and it will open this window. The QTalk series is split into 4 cognitive levels: seed, sprout, sapling, tree. You can easily see what grades they relate to. For the sake of it today, we're going to open one of them. We're going to open the sapling series. As you land on this page, you now see books, stories, and games. For now, we're going to click on the books. The 2017 and 2019 series was aligned to Actful standards. Let's go ahead and click on one of these thumbnails. As I open my book, I can see the cover. I can go to the next page. This gives me basic ideas as to how to use the book. The next page, I can see some thumbnails allowing me to directly access one of the lessons. At the bottom of this introductory page, by the way, I have some online activities that I can click. For instance, these focus on culture, these focus on spelling, but we're going to look at this a little later. I'm going to go to my first page, and here I have my greetings. The greetings are then repeated, but in the form of visuals. As I introduced my greetings to my students previously, I am now inviting them to a memory game. Do you remember these greetings? Please notice that if you click anywhere on the page, with the exception of any audio button, you will be able to zoom in on this page. So if you teach with a smartboard, this can be fairly useful. This applies for any page in the book. Let's go to lesson 1. We introduce the vocabulary to our students, but we do not rely on this introductory page. Let me zoom in on this page. We do not rely on this introductory page to make students memorize the vocabulary. This will not work. We actually introduce the vocabulary in context. I personally spend very little time on the introductory page. I just explain the vocabulary we're going to look at and what it means. I am now clicking on this page and I'm going to zoom in. And here is my first sentence. If you have ever used a flashcard in your teaching career, you are pretty much there. The idea is to introduce the vocabulary, but to let the students interpret the sentences on their own. Do not attempt to make them repeat after you. This is called active cognition. They have to perform the task of interpretation, recall, and language production. Notice that you can click anywhere on any picture to hear the audio. If you click on this little speaker icon, you will hear the full sentence at a natural pace. So basically, here students would be able to practice on their own. You're going to discover that students are extremely excited at the prospect of remembering these sentences on their own. I'm going to go to the next page. Here I have a brief grammar introduction of prepositions and articles. Notice that everything is color-coded. Then symbols are gradually removed. on this page, I'm going to invite my students to recall the sentences. And in many cases, the sentences can differ from one student to another. This is really called active interpretation. Each sentence can have various interpretations. From symbols, I then move on to interpreting scenes. I'm going to go to my next page. On my next page, I now have a text assessment page. I can download it if I want. I can also click anywhere on these assessment games and practice activities. This was a little overview of using the flipbooks. In the next video, we're going to see how to use the online games. Thank you.